There are many fine academic institutions. Messmer is different. Messmer is different for so many reasons. It's a story of sacrifice. It's a story of dedication. It's a story of Easter. It's a resurrection. A school with as powerful of a mission was able to hold on to that mission, continuing to thrive and serve the students, the families, and the Milwaukee community.
You know, looking back and having stayed engaged with Messmer through the years, there's still that same quality of family and togetherness. The relationships between the teachers and the students are so strong, and you see the same, you know, ability to get out into the world to make changes and to make a difference.
Sebastian Messmer was appointed Archbishop of Milwaukee and came here. It was a very fragmented town. So when Messmer came here, his job, as he saw it, was to unify this very separate church where everybody did a different thing in their parishes. And that was his main job, as he saw it, so that they were working together rather than side by side in different directions. There was talk of needing a high school, and he created Messmer High School, at that time called Diocesan High School, to bring parishes together.
I was born and raised just right around the corner, just south of Capitol on 9th Street. And it was good. We had those nuns that knew what they were doing and let you know how to be a person.
I thought they were very good as teachers and, you know, fair and very nice. I mean, I go back and see some of them after I was married.
Messmer started in an empty building at St. Elizabeth, but there were 5 of our sisters that came, and the sisters and the students considered themselves to be pioneers. And so in a short time, the population got so big that they did invest in land and get Messmer to be built here.
The building at the time was pretty remarkable. It's an excellent building. And he asked the school sisters to come and run it because they were the best around. The readiness to welcome any student, whatever they were interested in, that all came from the school sisters. After the war and all the post-war prosperity that came to Milwaukee is lifting up the town, we got into a period that not much changed in terms of the numbers associated with Milwaukee, the population, the average wage, that sort of thing. But no school is an island, and the things that affected Milwaukee were beginning to affect Messmer in the 60s and 70s.
In early February of 1984, students were absolutely shocked with an announcement at the end of the day that Messmer was going to close at the end of the year. We were sent to an evening auditorium and a presentation where we were told from the stage, you know, you just have to go to the basement and they will help you find another school. And there were people in that auditorium. First was Mr. Bill Deasing, who stood up and said, you know, why are we talking about closing Messmer? We should be talking about saving Messmer. And then my dad stood up, and he was a bit of a rabble-rouser, and he said, we are not going to close this school. We are going to fight for this school.
I have to be honest, I was skeptical about not the people, but how we could do it. You know, I mean, how are we going to do this? And as I sat in the meeting and listened to these people talk, I walked out of that meeting saying, we're going to do it.
You know, people will look back and say, you know, what was at work here? It was the Holy Spirit at work here. The enrollment at the time and the dynamics of the city and everything else. It really, there isn't a logical reason it should be here other than the faith that people had in each other and the love they had for the school.
My first experience of Messmer was as a student, My experience of our sisters, the school sisters of Notre Dame, the priests, the lay teachers, they all had an impact on me. So it was wonderful to return back home 10 years later.
It was a great place that really brought forth my creativity because it was like we were starting over after the school closed and began again.
Brother Bob came to Messmer when Messmer needed him most. He knew every student, and he was so committed to see that Messmer was doing all that it can, all that it could, to serve students well.
We very much have the feel of a family. You know, moms, dads, aunts, uncles. We're all here to take care of the students, and I think they know that. And so they are also trusting of that, which has always felt like that. As a student, as a staff member, it's a Messmer family.
It's transforming young men and women to become people who are willing and able to make a positive difference in this world. That's what it's all about.
Messmer achieves our mission today because of the amazing faculty that we have. We have dedicated individuals that are grounded in Catholic values, that understand the importance that we don't waste a minute of instructional time. Our students have the very best in their classrooms, and our expectations of them are the same.
Freshman me, I didn't even think about college. I didn't think about what I would do after high school. I didn't have the right mindset. But with the help of the teachers, the staff, Miss Jordan was on my case. But with the help of them, I was really able to change my mindset and push myself to know that I can do this. And it was all with the help of Messmer.
We need our students to be their very best. When they are their best, our community is better. The world that they are greeted with every single day is better. And so we can't afford to have lower expectations for them or for them to have lower expectations for themselves because the world needs them at their full potential.
Faith is so very important to us, but it's not just a religious high school. The future is bright for Messmer. God made sure that we've been here 100 years, and He'll continue to bless us in the future, but only if we have your help, your support, your prayers, and your continued goodwill that you bring to Messmer.
So when I look at Messmer and its history and see this progression of changes that the school has made to stay true to its original mission of every dream is welcome here, and we're going to help you make it happen. The core of Messmer is strong, vital, and vibrant as ever. There's still a group of teachers who every year look at the students coming in the door for the first time and say, your dreams are welcome here and we're glad for it.